Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am back with probably the last mid-month update for the YouTube earnings. I'll talk about that in a minute. We are going to be looking at the earnings for the first 2 weeks of March 2018, and I will be comparing with the first 2 weeks of February 2018. I have been doing this series for 2 years now, and it is coming to an end. I will do the full month of March, and then that will probably be it. As a bonus, I will show you my lifetime earnings on YouTube. I have shown that before, but you'd have to go figure out which video it's in. So I will do that as a way to say goodbye to this series that I am very, very bored with. So bored that I'm not even going to show you the computer screenshot today. You will see the full month of March when I do the final episode. So I'll tell you, it's just a very mediocre month, and there's no reason other than the fact that I'm just not willing to spend the extra time right now to show you that, because I just feel like this whole series is so boring now. It is completely boring to me, to the point where it's painful to even go through the steps of doing this. I know some of you absolutely love it, and some of you are flat out pissed off at me that I'm stopping. I know that you are, because you tell me so. I am going to think if there's a way that maybe I can find some renewed interest by sharing different stats or whatever once a month. Maybe. You know, I'm not going to say never. Maybe I need a break. I think if I take a break, the series is pretty much gone forever. But maybe I can do something, if I can think of a way to make it more fun for myself, if I can think of a way for myself, fun for me. That doesn't mean what's fun for you necessarily. I know so many of you have been telling me, well, just do this instead and just do that. I have to find what I am happy with. And right now, I have a whole bunch of other things that I'm doing. I love my ASMR channel, Sounds and Whispers ASMR. Go check it out if you like ASMR. If you don't know what ASMR is, Google it. You will find a lot of information. Search for it on YouTube and you'll find tons of it, or just go check out my channel. I have that. I have Patreon. I have more kinds of crafty things that I want to do, even though so many of you are mad at me that I went from what I used to do 2 years ago on my channel to more of the crafty stuff. But I have to do what I enjoy, and I can't do the same old for years. I just can't. So a lot of different directions that I'm happy about, no matter how you try to put me down. I'm gonna be happy. I insist upon it. So let's just do these stats, and then, like I said, we'll wrap it up in a couple of weeks when we do the full month of March, and then maybe I can think of something different. Maybe. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe I will want to. I just don't know right now. I just know that this series is boring me to tears, like I probably am boring you to tears right now. Okay, for the first 2 weeks of March 2018, I uploaded 27 videos. In all, 16 of those are my public YouTube videos. 5 of those were for Patreon, and 6 of them are on my ASMR channel. The only ones that we're going to be dealing with for these stats are the 16 public YouTube videos that you are watching right now on this channel. Subscribers went down. Like I said, March has kind of like gone down across the board. I got 1,527 new subscribers for the first 2 weeks of March. And that's funny that that's a down number. I'm still pretty impressed with that. And that brings me to a total of 44,353 subscribers. First 2 weeks of February, I had gotten 2,443 subscribers. So, you know, that went down by almost 1,000. Yeah, like 900-ish for 2 weeks. My views... Let's go in February first. First 2 weeks of February, I had 240,108 views. And so far in March, I have 225,563 views. Watch time for February first 2 weeks was 1,799,429, and so far for March I have 1,655,872. So again, down a little bit. My retention for February first 2 weeks was 44%, and this month so far 42%. So even my retention is down a little tiny bit. My gender for the first 2 weeks of February and the first 2 weeks of March, the same. 89% girls, and my few, but oh so wonderful, 11% boys. Almost wonderful. I had a boy give me a hard time about my quilting habits. He says that I'm lazy and tacky and I teach not good habits. And I pretty much say, fuck a bunch of that. Shares are also down. February, I had 1,707 shares for the first 2 weeks, and in March, 1,401. My end screen also went down. In the beginning of February, I had 2.91% of the items you see on my end screen that actually got clicked, and now that is 2.76 for March so far. My traffic suggested videos was 63%. This time it's 58%, down a little bit. Browse feature was 17%. This time 19%, so up a little bit. And my search went up a little bit. Again, my search is third when it comes to my traffic sources, so I'm really glad about that. It was 3.8%, and this time around 4.6%. So, like that. Playlists. First 2 weeks of February, I had 5,099 videos in various playlists, and now that's down to 3,964. And my revenue is down, not by a horrible lot, but for February, the first 2 weeks, I had $766.63, and for March 2 weeks, I have $687.01. You know, just down, but certainly not a depressing downer. My countries. US, UK, Canada are always my top three. US got 73% of the watch time. UK, 8.6%. Canada, 6.6%. Australia, 2.4%. India, 1.2%. Germany, 0.7%. South Africa, 0.5%. Ireland, 0.5%. New Zealand, 0.4%. And Sweden, 0.4%. My bottom 5 countries were Libya, Afghanistan, Montserrat, something like that, Dominica, and Greenland. My top 5 states in the United States of America. Number 1, Texas with 9% of the watch time. Number 2, California, 8.1%, Florida, 6.1%, Ohio, 4.5%, and Michigan, 3.8%. Maine, my home state, came in 18th place. I'm such an embarrassment for my home state. And my bottom 5 states are 5th from last. Did I do the bottom countries? Yes. 5th from last for the states. South Dakota, 4th. North Dakota, 3rd. Delaware, 2nd. Alaska. And bottom place this time around, Wyoming. And that is all I have for you for stats. And I'm not going to the computer. So see how nice and quick this is going to be. I don't really have anything much else to tell you at this point. Well, I can tell you that YouTube has announced on their creator blog that there will be new features if you use the YouTube Studio, which you can use on your phone, which is what I used to be using, but now you can get it on your PC, and it's just a hub that gives you stats more up to date. They actually have been updating the earnings. It used to always be 2 days behind, and now it's like, I don't know, a day behind more or less. Like today is the 17th. It will update sometime tonight for the 16th. So, you know, not as far back as it used to be. But they're going to be adding 3 new stats. What are they? Impressions, unique views, Let me look. Hang on. Ah, yes. And it's my favorite one, the impression click-through. So impressions, impression click-through rate, and then the unique views. So impressions means how many times your video thumbnail appeared before somebody's eyes, either on, if they're on their PC, maybe you showed up in the sidebar or where YouTube is promoting it. So that's impressions. People see somewhere on their screen or on their phone or on their device that you actually have a video somewhere. Impressions click-through means, did they actually click on it and go to your video? Doesn't mean they watched the whole thing, but did they click through? These two things are important, because if you have quite a few impressions, but people aren't clicking through, that means that even though your video is being seen, it's not catchy enough. So you need better thumbnails and better titles, and that should improve your click-through rate. So very helpful. Unique views is helpful because that's letting you know, are the same people watching your videos over and over again, or do you have a bunch of people watching but they only watch once? So my example is, say you have 100 views. If the unique views are 100, that means 100 different people watched your videos and they only watched once. If you have 100 views and 20 of those views are unique, that means you only had 20 people watch, but they watched over and over again. Now, I'm sure there are certain topics that would probably generate a lot of views, but not necessarily a lot of unique views. And for instance, like a tutorial that I might do, I might get one person watch that 3 times because they might have to go back to remember something. ASMR, same thing. If somebody likes their certain ASMR video, they're going to watch that repeatedly. My favorite ASMR artist is Fast ASMR, and I have one of her videos that I probably watch, I don't know, 10 times a week. Well, there's only 7 nights per week, so 7 times per week, plus her other things. But I will just watch that one repeatedly. So that's giving her a lot of views, but less unique views from me. But yet she's got me. She has got me hooked, and that's a good thing. So maybe that's some helpful info for you. It says that it was rolling that out. This came out on March 7 to some people, and then the rest of the people will have it within the next few weeks, it says. And then it will also be in the regular Creator Studio, like if you're still using, the old-fashioned, which I still use, Creator Studio, where you see all your stats on the sidebar, at least on a PC, on the left-hand side. The stats, those new ones, will be in there. So I'm excited about that. Okay, that is it for now. I will be back with the full month of March, and I will try to think of a way to find some interest to continue this series in some shape or form. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!